If I hear you talking about your album and the way you write music or record music, was it hard to make this album? Because you have really clear ideas, but maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, were you sometimes being too hard on the songs or on the way you wanted them to sound?
No.
No?
And that's quite interesting because I thought that it would be a lot worse going into, the whole process of recording. But then I realized that maybe I was just, flattering myself, that I was so extremely strict about how things were going to be, and I just know exactly how. But then I realized that when I get into it, I get so passionate, and I have to admit, things are, about magic, and it's about moments in the studio. And so for me, it was more like an extreme joyride, just recording and realizing that, my God, we got, wonderful takes. So let's just quit. Let's just leave it here. I love it.
So it was never really hard?
Not recording. That was not hard. For me, it's just the hard part of making music is living the life that ends up in the songs. That's what's really hard. Writing music and, and executing stuff, that's fun. But living life, that ends up in songs, that's hard.
But you were saying living life that ends up in songs. I think that ends up in songs. I think you can leave that away. I think there's living life maybe. Because if you live life a normal way, then you can write about it too. I don't know. I mean, a plain way or a dull way. I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably right. But for me, anyways, it's been like that. It's been. I think that sometimes, the great relief is that whenever life is hard or rocky or sometimes insufferable, you're thinking, okay, it's worth it because I can write songs.
But isn't it sometimes a danger that you think, well, maybe I always have to live this certain life, rocky life, just to make sure I have enough inspiration for the songs?
I really don't think so.
Okay.
I think I'm a quite sober person when it comes to. I don't want to romanticize or to sort of, because I know pain is not always very beautiful. Right. It just ends up beautifully in a song, and pain is something that, I love laughing. I just want to laugh, and I just want to be comfortable with things happening around me, and I don't want to be too aware of things happening.
So was it then a hard life? I mean, leading up to this album, because, well, I read your lyrics and it's about breakup, but sometimes also with, I don't know, I have to pick the song. I think it's Habit. It's a bit more of, well, you're comfortable with someone and not know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But was it a hard life then leading up to this album, or was it something, well, just bits and pieces you picked and you wrote about?
No, I think the thing is that I'm always very much aware of where I am in my life all the time. So it's hard for me to ever get this, oasis moments where I just relax and breathe and think. I can look at my life and think I have bits and pieces then and there, and that was hard and that was good. I don't see that way. I just have to. I'm always really present in wherever I am, So for me, I have to say that the conclusion sort of is that I think it's pretty tough to live and write songs. I think it's pretty hard, and
because you have to relive. Do you relive the moments then when you write? Is that hard?
That's the relief.
That's the relief. That's the relief.
I think that's the relief.
So then, if you didn't write songs, then maybe, well, you need. I don't know. You may have a harder life. I don't
Perhaps.
Know. Okay.
Perhaps. But I don't know if my life is harder or less hard than any other life. But this is my life, and this is the only thing that I can relate to. Like in absolute terms, and...
Do you like the life you're leading right now?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But I'm not going to tell you that. It's because my life is so much better now I think it's always sort of hard and good,
Okay.
you know.
Okay, then what?